Oh,
Hey y'all, we back. Welcome to the accountability call number 14, Hunter. We
all
here.
right.
If you're not familiar with what we do, every Monday we come here live to hold each other accountable. We are all women in business and in life and in the most ghetto hood, which is adulthood, trying to do the things. Okay. And we found that holding each other accountable, just being there for each other has really helped us on this journey. So today, I'm actually feeling pretty good today, y'all. I got my rest, even though I didn't get a whole lot of rest. Like for me, 6 hours, I'm like, my body's like, oh girl, you slept today. Um Now when I get to 7 to 8, I'm just out here like, woo. But six, I'm like, oh honey, you got your sleep in. So I got my sleep in. My husband took my kids to school for me so I could sleep longer because he was the reason I was up late on the telephone cackling like we high schoolers. But I love him.
Aw.
So yes, how y'all feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. It's crazy because the long break just seemed like a long time to be parenting with
Oh,
no breaks. And so I feel like there was some anxiety about returning to work, that side of parenting work too. Um,
uh-huh.
but at the same time, I appreciate the rest. I had some good conversations with some good girlfriends that was like really helpful to emote and get things out. And so today I'm feeling optimistic, and ready for the challenges. Like not that any of the challenges left, but today I feel like, okay, I can do this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Evilicious.
I'm actually feeling good too. Um, Completely different shift of energy since last week. I'm back in the States for like a hot second, very hot second. But yeah, I think I'm
You
feeling
screwed
really
up. Should I keep it like this?
Yeah.
boo.
Yeah. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
feeling really good as well. Maybe because like Sunday yesterday, I did a little bit of work to get my mind ready for the Sunday scaries, the
Mhm.
Monday scaries. But I'm feeling pretty good as well. I kind of want to keep the momentum up, but I also do believe the fact that I'm leaving the U.S. is probably what's pushing all this energy, which is perfectly fine with me.
Oh, girl. Every time somebody come back here, they be like, Jesus help us. The stress just as soon as you get into the stage, it just land on your shoulders like like welcome back.
That's the monkey on your back.
Yes. Oh Lord. Well, welcome back, Eve. So did anybody have anything that they learned last week that they want to share? Um, we usually start this off with a lesson learned um that was maybe transformative or just enlightening or just.
I think you should kick us off.
Ugh, I don't have anything.
Was
Oh,
your life path conversation not?
no, that was 2 weeks. That was last
Oh,
week.
that was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, we covered that last week.
Okay.
Yes, I'm thinking. This is why you need to write your notes down when you see stuff. Because I'm like, I don't even remember. I don't even remember. Okay.
Well, I think I've still been in that space of life path numbers. And just it came up again. My other best friend brought it up to me the other night. And it was funny because Inez, you and I had just had the conversation.
Wait, so she brought it up just out of nowhere?
Mhm.
Girl, bye.
Yep. And it's funny because we laugh because I've always known about the life path number. I've never really discussed it with anyone. You brought it up. And then when she brought it up, I was like, that's crazy. Like Inez just brought it up. And we laughed because we was like, she said that she doesn't talk to me about these things because she didn't think that I would be into it. I'm like, girl, I've been into it. But but yeah, so we took another deep dive into the life path number, and we were looking at like compatibility and the strengths and weaknesses of the different life paths. And I think I told you, I don't know if I told you, my brother's an 11 also.
Yes.
And so like over the or during our Thanksgiving holiday, having the holiday celebration here, I feel like I saw his charisma and his, like in a way, my brother's like real chill and laid back, but like he can definitely turn up. And I was like, ooh, I see your 11 activating. And it's just funny to watch. But so I've been in that life path space. But then also just thinking about destiny. And I don't know if I told this story last week or not, but just, I had 2 instances in my life where I sat down with a tarot card reader, and the things that they shared with me came to pass. One of them was like 15 years later, like the first tarot card reader, she told me about my divorce, and I wasn't even married, hadn't even met my husband yet. And she was just so annoyed with me because she asked me if I was going through a divorce. And I was like, girl, no, like I'm not even married. And she was just like, well, like she had such an attitude. So thinking about, just the idea that your destiny is kind of already set, and that it's your job to just take the steps to learn the lessons. You're gonna have the challenges, but you're also gonna make it through the challenges. It's kind of the thing that's been sitting with me. So I feel like in this space that I'm in, as I'm encountering these different challenges, I'm like, it was a part of the path. It was part of my destiny. I'm gonna make it through it. Because there are also positive things that are part of my destiny. So you kind of have to accept, the good with the bad. But I just feel more confident and more comforted, I guess, in knowing that, like, it wasn't something that I did wrong that got me here, or like not going back and trying to question things, to be like, if I could have done something different. But it's like, this is just what your path is, and to be confident in stepping forward and working through, pushing through, and knowing that like you're gonna be okay. So that's kind of the space that I'm in today.
And in that vein, I just realized what I learned last week. Right. Okay, what I learned last week is the quote that I sent you via text message that came from Maxine's Baby, which is Tyler Perry's basically the documentary about Tyler Perry's life. And the opening of his new Tyler Perry Studios, which I didn't even realize he had one before this. Okay. But yes, and so what I took from it, I don't know if it was a quote or somebody said on there or what, but they said you must first be willing to be a survivor to be successful. Right? Let that simmer in your spirit. And for me, like that whole documentary was just altering, like life altering, because I was just like when you think about, to Z's point, like when you think about Tyler Perry now and who he is now, and then you watch this documentary and see where he's come from and the things he has survived in order to be Tyler Perry, the Tyler Perry. Right. I was saying, like, he, one of the things that he talked about in the documentary was like, it wasn't Diary. I think it's I Could Do Better by Myself was the play. Okay, Diary of Black.
But that was the movie. I don't know if you're talking about the play.
I'm talking about the play. So he did. I feel like, I don't know if it was I Could Do Better by Myself or what it was, but whatever play he started off with, right, that he invested into, he was doing that play live for 7 years, failing miserably before it took off. And I told Z, I was like, it took his audience 7 years to find him. It took him 7 years to master it, to make it right. But the whole time, he was the Tyler Perry. During that whole time, like being homeless, not making no money, like he was still the Tyler Perry. Like, if he would have stopped, he would never be this version of Tyler Perry, but he still has that. He would have still had that in him, right? And so for me, the lesson learned was like, regardless of what it looks like right now, I am still that version, like that version of me that I see, right? That I feel like is the vision of the life that I want. And I my spirit, my intuition feel like I'm supposed to have. That is definitely mine. Like, it's mine. But in order to receive it, I have to be willing to survive this stage of my life in order to hit that level of success. And I was just like, "Ooh, honey, like this is ghetto," but I mean, clearly it is required. Like it's not even like, oh, well, it just so happened. Like, no, this is a part of it. Every person who is at the level, the levels that I want to be at endures this and survives this in order to get to that level of success. So it was just like, whoa, like, on top of the fact that, I mean, I also didn't realize just how much he revolutionized the industry.
Yes.
Like, black man, come on, black man.
Yeah.
Like, revolutionize it. Like, give me my coins and my ownership on top, off the top. Like, and so just moving with a level of what is it called? Expectation. Like just the expectation, like, I know y'all have never done this, but this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Right.
And because what's waiting on the other side, the part that stood out to me was when the Oprah Winfrey said that she's like, Tyler Perry saved me because of whenever he brought those shows to her network. Like, what is waiting for? Giants are waiting for you to come and help them, right?
Girl,
so we see these people who we look up to, who we admire, and they are waiting for us to come to join their ranks and to help support them in whatever it is that they're trying to do next. And to me, that was like, it's one thing to want to do something for yourself, but I know for me, I tend to be like, oh, I want to do something for the people. But to understand that there's somebody that's waiting for me to step into my greatness to really help them is like, oh, I got to get this. I got to get it. And it's, I guess it kind of sucks for you to be more motivated by what you can do for somebody else than what you can do for yourself, or the gift and the curse of that. But that to me was like, oh shoot, I gotta keep going because I don't know how Oprah gonna need me. It's really
I don't know.
Tyler gonna need me, okay? Like the Giants are waiting for me to step into to arrive, and I have to keep going in order to get there. So if this is the struggle that's part of the story in order to get there, then like, okay, I'm gonna make it through because I'm gonna get into the land of the Giants.
Yes, Lord. Yeah, so that was my lesson from last week. I was just like, I was blown away. I mean, of course, I'm blown away by Tyler Perry anyway. But when you just learn where, in the Black church, we say, I don't look like what I've been through.
Hello.
Okay. That is a show enough. I don't look like what I've been through. Okay. Right. And I marvel at that because I'm like, wow, like, honey. I also think about, everybody has their own battles to fight and they look very differently, right? And even the idea that I was talking to my husband last night and we were talking about, just the roller coaster of marriage, like, right? And I was like, one of the things that will have you potentially pessimistic in marriage is if you have the thought it's not supposed to be like this. Right? If you have the thought of like, well, it's supposed to be XYZ and it's not this, like, I'm like, that whole perspective for me comes from fantasy and TV, right? Because anybody know real marriage do not look like TV, okay? So I feel like the same way in business too. Like it's like you feel like it's not supposed to look like this, like it's supposed to be different, and that will have you stuck in a space of whoa, like just it's just me that this is happening to, or like And I was like, I watched that movie on the late night when I should have been taking my butt to bed, but I was like, this is exactly what I needed. I feel a whole nother level of determination in my spirit based on the Tyler Perry. So yes. Eve, you pretty quiet over there.
I'm listening. I'm taking it all in. I'm sitting here trying to figure out like what was my lesson, but I feel like I just got my lesson while y'all were talking.
And there you go.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so how was y'all's week last week? Did y'all get y'all stuff done?
Great question.
Last week I was all right. I was doing all right for myself. My projects were supposed to be updating my media kit and sending my pictures. I did not send my pictures because I did not get the templates that I needed. Because I realized that I text the girl, but she's out of the country. So I was like, I need to actually WhatsApp her. But my VA did update my media kits. So I think it is complete now, which is amazing.
Wow.
So as soon as I can, get these templates, I will be sending some pictures. I did start promoting, actually, no, I did start promoting my Black Friday offer, which is I'm excited about birthday blueprint. Today I want to send it to some people who I think have asked me about birthday trips so that they know that it's happening because the algorithm ain't ish.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to be figuring out my role in selling the property. I did not do that. And then afternoon beautifications was important for me because I was like, honey, I'm looking a mess. So at this point, I'm just doing it whenever and doing something every day. Like today, I was just talking to Eve about like I have a lip scrub and I use it to scrub my whole face because I was like, honey, the level of dry skin and just this is a mess. I don't got time to actually go get a facial, but honey, we're gonna glow today. Okay. So yes. So I was like, yeah, about 3 of my 4. 3 of my 4, I was good.
This is very good. This is very, very good.
Yes. Eve, you said you were going to prepare for Ghana, plan your final business purchases for the year or for tax purposes, right? Answers to questions for your speaking engagement and do your healing work. And your word was again less last week. My word last week was love.
Oh, okay. I did good then. I did everything.
Good job.
Okay, I did good. Yeah. Ghana's still in the works. Hopefully gonna finalize a lot of things today. Healing work did commence and dollars were dispersed for that. Yeah, I prepped for my speaking engagement. Now I just gotta go back and just practice. I want to deliver some things a couple of times and maybe make a YouTube video out of it because why not?
Right.
And oh yeah, the final business purchase. I got the work done, but that doesn't mean like I have a lot of good news around it. But it's gonna get done. Being an entrepreneur, Lord Jesus. But yeah, I did get everything done. Okay, so I feel very proud of myself, and I did focus on this notion of less, which felt really good, and definitely want to continue that. There are some choices that I need to make that I've kind of been what's the word avoiding that to like stop. I need to stop avoiding, and I have some conversations with some people later this afternoon after we're like done to like kind of like talk through them and just make a choice, not necessarily decide, but make a choice for right now. Yeah.
Okay. Zay, what about you?
I had to hop off early, but I did write down my list. I just didn't get a chance to share it. So first up was to launch my Black Friday offer, which I did that. Definitely had some learnings there from a marketing perspective. Next was to work on my speaker's abstract. I did complete the first draft, and I will be revising that today. That I actually got on my list for this week. Life Unlearned prep. So I do have another Life Unlearned coming up this week. So I did my prep call for that. I didn't get a chance to like solidify my December schedule. And I wanted to automate it, like have some like create basically a guest speakers kind of survey that they can complete, as opposed to me having to have a call every single time with them. So that I didn't get a chance to do. Trucking company renewals. I started that process and realized that I was missing some information. So it's not done. So a lot of these things will show up on my list again this week. But I was active in all 4 of the areas.
I feel like we're getting a lot more efficient, ladies. Like we're like actually getting our stuff done during the week. Come hella high water.
I think we're getting better at identifying what needs to be done and focusing on that. Because I think, at least for myself, in the beginning, I was coming up with all kinds of aspirational stuff to put on my list. not including the things that really needed to get done, or maybe even not being sure about like how to prioritize those things. So I think that I've gotten through this process, just gotten really clear on what do I need to focus on this week, and allowing those to be the things that I write down on my goals list. Whereas before, a lot of that was kind of in my head, and then I was making up new goals. So I think that is definitely.
And mine is definitely. No, I agree with Z. I feel like mine is definitely getting to the place where I'm doing less, still providing my high value, and not being guilty for not doing quote unquote all of the things. And I still think that is the journey that I'm going on, is appreciating what I not only want to do, and like just living in that, instead of like thinking of all the things that I feel like I should be doing. So it's definitely the journey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think, for me, I think the actual task has gotten very specific. Right. Like, I think before they were things that I needed to do, but they also, it was a larger task, right, that included a whole bunch of other things underneath it. Right. Whereas now the task has become like maybe the 3 things that are underneath this area, or one of the tasks that will be underneath all of the things that I need to do. So it's very easy to execute on. Right. Like, I'm like, there's so many things I need to do for my marketing perspective, for my business, and for Black Friday, all these other things. But I'm focusing on this one thing of my media kit being done and my pictures being sent. Right. Like, so I love these because I feel like these are all kind of like lessons learned in prioritization as well as goal setting, to be able to move the needle and also feel accomplished, as opposed to overwhelmed.
Yes.
Okay. So this week, the funny thing is, I feel like before we used to talk about like, I feel like there was more of a heaviness around the not getting the things done. And I think we kind of just let that go too. Like, we just be like, it's okay, honey. I only did 2. Okay, I'm to the next thing, because it don't even matter. Like, it's just like, honey, I did the 2.
Yep.
Okay. So yes. So I know my goals for this coming week. One is going to be updating my. Oh, actually, no, I done wrote that wrong, honey. I just need to send my media. I send my pitches, right? I don't put this on here. Yes, because the media kit is done. So I need to send my pitches. Yes. Also, I need to decide on our investment property next steps. And take into consideration our experience, like where we are financially, just all the things. So I'm planning to do that. The other thing, and y'all, I left this open. We talked about this while we were not live, but I want to write down my mail, but I'm very aggravated. But I'm just write down, like, we were talking about how our generation just do not like going through mail. And that is me for real. Like, my mail be overflowing all the time. But at this stage of my life, I be also aggravated because I be missing stuff that I'm supposed to send back, or just I don't know who, honey, if y'all have a system for mail, please put a comment under this video, honey, because I don't know how in this adulthood y'all are making this work. I just be aggravated when people send me stuff in mail anyway. I'm like, just, you could just email me or call my phone, or maybe leave me a message. Like, so I'm gonna add that on there. And then my self-care for this week. I feel like I almost want to keep my self-care the same thing I was doing last time. It's just doing some sort of beautification every day. I realized, one of the things I realized, I don't know if I feel like I shared this with you all, that I was studying the female archetypes, right? The different types of archetypes, right? And as I was listening to them, I thought that I aligned with the queen archetype. But Yesterday, I took a quiz and I found out that I am not a queen archetype. I am a huntress, which was alarming. And then also like, this makes complete sense. So the reason why I'm pointing this out is because one of the traits of a huntress is she is very she's very focused on her goal, her purpose, and self-preservation in all environments. So think about like Angelina Jolie roles, right? And like she just very focused, and so, but she also is a huge advocate for herself and for others. And they talked about how like, you know, other women usually really like her because she advocates for them. That she get, you know, she'll get she will get along with confident women well, right? So what I realized was I was like, oh, this makes sense even in my business. One of the reasons why I rebel against the norms of the structure of marriage and the structure of motherhood, right, is for self-preservation, right? So I can be a mother and I can be a wife, but I'm also going to be Inez first. Right? Like, and so I insert myself into there and I move stuff out the way, and I'm just like, honey, I'm just not going to lay down. Like, I'm just not going to lay down. Like, I'm going to fight for my right to be these things that I know I am. And so for me, this self-care thing, like doing something every day and like just fighting for the time to like, you know, look like the way I want to look and feel like I want to feel, and not just letting it all be all consuming and just being like, oh, whatever, is a part of that huntress spirit. Like, oh no, honey, like if y'all ain't gonna be out, like, look, hey, you see how my hair is actually done, girl? Okay. So yes, I realized that yesterday. So I'm gonna put that on there like every day. We're gonna do something every day to book the system of looking like.
I need you to send me this link, darling. I need to take this.
Oh, listen, I already Googled, okay? Quiz.
The one I took was by this girl who I follow on YouTube. And I liked it because it wasn't like a rubric of like, you know how they be like from like don't agree, neutral, and agree. What she had was like 5 different answers. She's like, which one resonates most with you?
Yeah, makes sense. Cool.
So yes, I will send y'all that as well. In fact, if y'all interested, I'll put it in the comments as well. Yes. Honey, but learning these archetypes has been like, whoa, oh.
Well, I want to compare. So I just put the one that I found, but I want to compare it to the one that you found. So
yeah.
Share that as
well. Yes, I shall.
Yay. I love this, Nizzy.
Thank you, girl.
I do think the last few weeks were a time, like stuff like the energy and was everything that was going on in the world. Like I think that also affected me a lot as well. And it still does. I think I'm just, you know, I'm always saying that hopefully my recovery time is getting better, right? In regards to like when things are happening, whether they be in my control, not in my control, whether I had to make a decision in it or the decision was made without me, just having like a better recovery time. And I think, yeah, I feel like overall, I feel like how we're recovering, I feel like in this particular stage or in this particular moment, I definitely feel like we're all on this rebound, which makes me feel good.
Yes. Okay, who else want to share their goals?
I'll go since I gotta leave at 11. I gotta go to a dentist appointment. My goals for the week. My goals for the week is and it's the same thing, prepping for Ghana for the rest of this week because I'm leaving on Saturday. Finalizing my prep for the speaking engagement. My self-care is that I'm gonna intentionally connect with a few friends. Can't connect with everybody. So Nezzy, I will be coming to see you. So connecting with a few friends intentionally, that's like going to be my self-care. Um, and last but not least, I have on here Eva strategy, but like I'm resisting it to do Eva strategy work, like the social media work,
Mm-hmm.
which means I need to focus on it. So Eva strategy, social stuff. Um,
Well, and with regard to streamlining down to one thing, like what's one thing in your social that you want to focus on or do?
Granted, like I literally right before this car promoted the event, and it's crazy to me. I will not post for months, and then as soon as I post, it's like, where you been?
Yes.
So for me, that'll just be the specific thing would be approving videos that are basically ready to
Uh-huh.
be premiered. I don't have to edit anything. They're just like 30 videos in the premiere stage. And my assistant's
Uh-huh.
like, well, girl, if you want to pay me, I ain't got nothing to do. Well, might as well. So yes. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Approve videos that need to be premiered.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that actually makes me feel better. That like made it not feel like a behemoth of a thing.
Yes, exactly, honey. I'm trying to tell you that specific goal, honey, will help you feel less overwhelmed, honey. Okay, see.
So, first up are my speakers lab assignments. So, I need to do the second draft of my abstract, and then I have class this week, and there'll be another assignment. And I'm trying to get better at doing things earlier and not kind of when it's due, so that I get a chance to like revise it. So whatever that assignment is, I want to at least take a first stab at it, and then be able to submit it again, because we have 2 weeks generally to submit our assignments. So that's number one, Speakers Labs assignments. Number two, one of the learnings that I had from this marketing campaign is that I don't have an established email list. And so one of the things that I came across, and I've seen it a few times, of people creating these, videos on Instagram, and then there's a downloadable that's attached to it. So I want to do some research on the different types of downloadables, just seeing what's out there and figuring out which one I want to create. So I'm not going to create it, but I need to narrow down on what type of downloadable I want to create in order to collect email addresses. I did put mail on my list as well.
Oh, girl. Thank you for joining me in this journey.
Oh, girl. We got to do something. So we're going to have to be accountability partners.
Yes.
Midway point, like Wednesday. What have you done? Have you
Right.
Friday?
Because this is the problem with mail. It's not just the opening. You have to be in action.
You got to do something with it. Yeah. Because I've already done the opening. I got a whole stack of open mail. And then I have my business mail versus my personal mail. I have things that needs to be filed. I have things that needs to have payment submitted, girl. So we're going to check in on Wednesday.
Okay, good job. Yeah.
Something has to be done by Wednesday evening. So mail is my number 3. Number 4, a constant on my list is always them kids.
Right.
So I got some, figuring out this next phase for Avery in terms of the next school setup. So that's the priority. But I'm also including under them kids, fun stuff with them kids. Like we need to put up our Christmas tree. That's going to be an after school activity. So all things surrounding them kids. And then my self-care. Last night, Avery and I started a self-care routine, a nightly self-care routine. And it was really awesome. It was a great time for us to bond together. So I generally crash at night. And so I don't do the things at night that I need to do. And when I crash, I don't sleep well either. So doing nightly self-care routine Monday through Friday with Avery is going to be my goal too.
I love this. And what is the self-care?
So we shower. We lotion our bodies to
come on, honey. Yes.
We do face care, skin care. So we wash our face, and we do hair. Well, while we're doing skincare, we say affirmations.
Yes.
And then we do hair. So
y'all, Zenitra is out here mothering, okay?
Mothering.
I'll be trying. I'll be trying.
At a high level, okay?
This is amazing. What I want to
Yes,
do.
honey. Yes.
So
Yes.
that was an amazing experience. So the goal is to do that every
Oh my
single week.
gosh. And just imagine, y'all, like,
I like that.
this is what is going to be in her inner child.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
God, come on, honey. This is her inner child. This is what this is.
Yeah.
You know, not
This
the
will be her
self-care with her
caregiver.
mama with affirmations. That's what's in her side. That's her inner child. Okay.
Wow.
And listen, you know she's gonna add her own spice to it. So after every affirmation, we had to dab. Clearly, I did not bring that to the table. Okay, that was not me.
Oh my God.
No. I'm done.
I
Children,
can't. We go dab after these affirmations.
I think we have like 9 of them. So it's just,
Oh
ah.
yes.
But it was a wonderful experience.
That is hilarious. I love all of that.
Me too. I love it all.
Okay, Eve, I know you got to drop, but what's your word for the week?
Oh, my word for the week. Sweet baby Jesus in the sky. My word for the week. I'm gonna look at the emotion wheel.
But emotion wheel, y'all didn't see the emotion wheel last week. Go back to the video.
Go back to the
Need that emotion wheel in your life. Okay, this is what you need.
The word keep leaning into is brave. So I'm gonna be brave. It's gonna be brave this week.
We're gonna put that up there. Yes, brave.
Yeah, be brave. So there's a lot of choices and decisions that I need to make this week because I'm not spending my last year in the States. So a lot of things that I need to get done throughout the month of December, I'm getting it all done in this week. So I just need to be brave and trust myself and be brave and focus on less because then I won't have a lot of things to block me in this like spiritual, physical cleanse that I'll be going through while I'm in Ghana. So I think this week is God being like, okay, darling, I'm testing you before you go into Ghana gallivanting anyhow. So brave.
Yes, I like that. Good stuff. All right, boo.
Oh, my word of the week is destiny.
Oh,
yes. Destiny. Just leaning into it this week. Just focusing on it.
It's here. Do it.
Oh Lord. Now I'm like, I don't know.
But I don't know why you second guessing because you're supposed to be leaning into your intuition. So
girl, that was the word. That was the word. That was the word that I was thinking, but then I started thinking about Tyler Perry, and I started thinking about the quote. I was like, "Ooh,
that ain't you. Yours was intuition." Boom.
Girl, it was.
It is.
It was. That's hilarious because that was definitely the word I was thinking. I'm like, I feel like it's intuition. Well, girl, then you said destiny. I was like, oh, wait a minute, child.
Wait a minute.
Mine not big enough, girl.
Now stop.
You can't get to your destiny because you're looking at everybody else's.
Exactly, like
your own intuition.
Honey, that is a whole sermon. Oh, yes. These are some good words, honey. Intuition, brave, and destiny. Yes. We shall be leaning on these words this week. Y'all drop your word for the week in the comments. Drop your goals for the week in the comments. Drop any questions you have for us in the comments. I'm gonna put let me put this on here so I remember the link for the archetype test in the descriptions. Yeah, honey. That's it. That's all. Okay. Y'all enjoy your week. We rolling full steam ahead into the holiday season, y'all. Use this time to be present.
Yep.
Use this time to be present. That's why I plan to do this holiday season is to be very present This is a very different holiday season for us around here. So I'm just like observing myself, observing my husband, observing my children, observing my family. So yes, and just trying to be present. So
Ashe.
enjoy, y'all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.